An old man bets he can exit the village. His determined glow and firm steps can't be stopped like clouds atop his head. With waving wheat on both sides, he leisurely sets off on his adventure, and the outcome is just as the old man predicted. After saying goodbye to the last house at the entrance of Strat, a timely train swooshed by, stirring up a gusty red. He ruthlessly blew his hat away, and reluctantly, he trailed his cane to retrieve it. But when he got back on the moor, it just wouldn't. After countless attempts all failed, it seemed that this homeland was his ultimate destination. Disheartened, he flagged down a travel van, hoping the driver could take him to the next town. The driver, being ever so kind, agreed to give him a free ride, and the passengers were a squad of sightseeing grandmas, all admiring this sprightly elder. Despite his age, he embraced his adventurous spirit, and so Strat called for a pickup to haul away his mower. Thus, he awkwardly returned to his tiny town, and his friends couldn't help but feel a twinge of sorrow. They didn't want him to risk his health, but deep down they wished this town-bound elder would go out and explore. His daughter, Rose, thought he would give up, but how could the ever-determined Strat ever quit? He took out his hunting rifle, unused for 6 months, fired bang, and shattered the old mower, bidding farewell to past failures. Then he entered a farm tool store. After chatting with the shop owner, he snagged a second-hand mower for $325. Ready to ride again, the mower became Strat's trusty steed and his emotional anchor. Just like him, it was worn out but bursting with fighting spirit. But on departure day, he surprisingly stalled. His neighbor panicked and forgot the ambulance number. When his daughter walked in, she was at a loss. Thankfully, his quick-witted friend rushed him to the nearest town. After a thorough medical checkup, the doctor found an issue with his backside and discovered he had 7 chronic conditions, especially a cataract poisoning his vision. When he learned the old man planned to visit his brother, the doctor immediately advised him to ditch this impractical idea, but the old guy brushed off the doctor's warnings. One thing he had to admit was that he needed another cane for backup. When his daughter asked what the doctor said, he didn't give her the full scoop. Instead, he claimed he would live to 100. Rose chuckled, glancing at the sunlight outside, knowing it was just her father's kind-hearted, yet she knew she couldn't stop him and could only silently support him from behind. As night fell gently, the stormy skies beckoned back to the swirling night. The father-daughter duo quietly admired the raindrops dripping from the eaves, washing away a sliver of worry from their hearts. The lightning's bright rays lit up Strat's eyes like fireworks. The torrential rain swept away the dust in the air, making way for the bright sunshine. Under Rose's gaze, Strat set off again, filled with longing. He knew this journey had to be his to complete as the mower smoothly glided over the life-giving soil. He stirred up a wave of wheat, witnessing the scattered stalks shimmering in the sunlight, making the vast nature look like a masterpiece. As another truck, this time, he hesitated no more, steadfastly cruising through the first town. By evening, he gathered some sticks, aiming to get set before the sun vanished below the man. He lit a bonfire and puffed on a pipe, spending his first night like a champ, and on the second day, he hit the road again. The girl up ahead was hoping to hitch a ride, but after several attempts, no one would lend a hand. Strat pleasantly waved to her, but she seemed unimpressed with his vintage ride. Chevrolet the same place, hoping to hitch a ride in a flash, holding onto a flicker of hope. Come nightfall, the girl approached Strat. She had waited all day for a ride and had to keep moving slowly. Coincidentally, she found the campfire and sought warmth, revealing her vulnerability at that moment. Strat noticed her plight and shared some sausages to fill her belly. The old and young huddled around the fire, representing 2 vastly different life attitudes. The young girl was in a hurry for fame, wanting instant success, while Strat knew that anything worthwhile takes time. He had known from the start that the girl was a runaway, and when her secret came out, she didn't hide it, telling him she had been away for 5 months. He draped a blanket over her to keep her warm and protect her from catching a cold. The girl felt warm seeing a stranger's care. She sighed her family wasn't as kind as Strat, lacking parental love. Now, with a secret pregnancy no one knew about, she had no clue how to navigate the road ahead. She hadn't expected this outcome. Strat offered no guarantee, but staying home was more liberating than wandering aimlessly outside. Then Strat talked about his daughter. While everyone thought Rose had serious mental issues, she was the only one who didn't think so. She was delighted by Rose's cleverness, proud of her efficient handling, yet saddened by her melancholy at night. Strat told her how Rose had once been a mom to 4 kids, one night leaving them with someone else to watch, only for their house to catch fire. His second son suffered severe burns to his face, and the government labeled the incident as Rose's negligence, claiming her mental state made her unfit to care for children. As a result, she lost custody, and ever since, she had been staring blankly out the window every day, almost falling into deep hallucinations. She would see hoses spraying water constantly, tubes lying limply on the grass, and suddenly, a playful ball would roll by, followed closely by a little boy. After picking up the ball, she would stand still, slowly fading into the darkness, leaving her in silent mourning. Rose had brought this up with her father more than once, but Strat couldn't share in her pain. When the kids were little, she'd give them sticks, encouraging them to snap them easily. Yet when tied together, they couldn't break. Strat compared this to family, making them realize the importance of sticking together. When he finished the story, it was late, and he suggested the girl return to the van for rest, but she politely declined, wanting to stay outside and stargaze. With wheels rolling ahead, thick clouds gathered in the spring breeze as she drove the moor into an unknown warehouse. Suddenly, a vigorous downpour descended like a beast. It was her favorite, thunder and lightning, and thanks to the rain, the wheat grew even hotter.